Are out-of-body experiences, astral projection, things of the like actually real? I used to be 100% sure and could name a couple of experiences myself, but something happened about 2 weeks ago where I thought I was having an out-of-body experience and things got a little weird. I was in my bed and I realized, this is scary. I know that my body is sleeping and I know that I'm awake. I think I'm having an out-of-body experience right now. I pulled myself out of the bed, like how I normally do when I thought I was having out-of-body experiences. And usually I go either very close to the floor or really high up to the ceiling whenever I think, the supposed out-of-body experiences occurred, the ones that I used to be 100% sure about. Well, this was one where I had to pull myself out of my body. I was very close to the ground. I could see the bottom part of my dresser. I pulled myself close to the door of my bedroom, and I went through the door. Well, I went downstairs to my mom's room, just because I don't ever really know where to go in these dreams. And so I just went downstairs, and usually I end up waking up by the time that I go downstairs. As I was going down the stairs, I'm still very close to the ground. When I get close to my mom's room, the room is completely dark, and it also has this little yellow tool bag that was on the ground, kind of keeping the door open. And I assumed in the dream, or the out-of-body experience that I thought I was having, that she kept that tool bag there because she wanted the pets to be able to go in and out of her bedroom without the door, without them accidentally shutting the door or banging on the door and keeping her up at night. So she just wanted to make sure it stayed open. So it was a prop right there. So I remember going through the tool bag, and I remember going and sitting right next to her, or standing up, or whatever. I was at a higher point right next to her, and she woke up and asked me, "What are you doing?" And I looked at her and I said, "You can see me?" I was really freaked out that she could see me. And she just was very sleepy, and she said, "Yeah, I can see you. What's wrong?" And I was horrified. I said, "Well, you need to come with me." And she was mad because I had woke her up. She didn't understand what was going on. She didn't understand why I was saying "you can see me" and why I was so surprised. And she's just like, "What are we going?" I said, "We need to go upstairs. We need to go upstairs. There's something upstairs that I need for you to see." And I myself also absolutely horrified, because I knew that once I took her upstairs, my body was going to be in the bed. And so I was scared with her as I am trying to drag her out of her bedroom and bring her upstairs to see what's wrong and to see how horrified she was going to be that I'm standing in front of her and then also my body is in the bed. So after this, I ended up waking up before I could completely pull her out of bed, and I woke up back in my bedroom. And I was so tired that the sleep feeling overcame me, and I ended up going to sleep again, and something was pulling the covers off of me. And I hate that feeling, and so I made myself wake up and the covers were back where they were supposed to be. And I was so freaking scared that I got out of bed and I went downstairs to my mom's room in real time, in actual life. In real life, the door was not propped open by this yellow tool bag. My mom has no idea what I'm talking about when I say a yellow tool bag. She's never used that to prop open the door before. She doesn't even have a yellow tool bag. Inside of the room, the TV was on, but in my out-of-body experience that I thought I was having, the TV was off and everything in her room was completely dark and kind of a bluish tint color. Because I thought in my out-of-body experiences, I'm like, okay, I'm hitting all the points. I'm either pulling myself from my body and floating really high in the air, or floating very close to the ground, everything is this very bluish gray tint. Even though it's supposed to be dark, I can still see everything. And it feels different from a lucid dream, because I know what a lucid dream feels like. But in these out-of-body experiences that I thought that I was having, things obviously felt like there was a difference, like it needed to be labeled as something different. And so while I'm in my mom's room and I realize that the TV's on, the door was completely shut, and my mom is still dead asleep, I go get in bed next to her, and she just asked, what's wrong? I said, I just had like a really weird dream, and I just want to have like a minute to think about, what's going on. And so she went back to sleep, and I kind of laid there next to her for a little while trying to figure everything out. And then I got up and went back up to my room and got in my bed, and I was just scared out of my mind, because I don't know what these are anymore. They're not out-of-body experiences. I don't really know if you actually can have an out-of-body experience. I don't know why when I had this, the world seemed like everything was in place, and everything seemed like I really was in a spiritual form in this world, but there were just slightly different things going on. And what scared me is that in these out-of-body experiences, I know that my cats could see me, because my cats would look at me and meow or start purring whenever I went near them. But I also had thought, cats can see things that we can't see, and that's why they can see me whenever I'm having out-of-body experiences. But whenever I went up to my mom, and she rolled over in bed and asked me, what's wrong, what are you looking at, and she could see me, all the blood just rushed to my face. I was horrified, and I couldn't explain to her, because she was genuinely, weirded out that I'm standing next to her bed staring at her, and I had to try to convince her to get up out of her bed and walk upstairs with me to see that my sleeping body is still in the bed. And I was confused about, what is she seeing? Is she seeing me in my real form? Like, what is she seeing? What's going on? And so I just don't know what to think about any of this. I don't know about out-of-body experiences. The only thing that I know is I'll have dreams, and they will feel like dreams. I won't even know that they're a dream, and I'm always somewhere strange or different, or I'm somewhere that I'm familiar with, but I just believe that it's a dream, and that gives me a certain type of feeling. And I know there's a huge difference between that and lucid dreaming, because I get a completely different type of feeling and awareness. And then there was this other thing that I would do that I thought was out-of-body experiences, where I was hitting all those big marks, such as having to pull yourself from your body, everything being like a bluish tint. Whenever you go through objects, you feel a vibration, or whenever you feel water, you feel these strange vibrations. I was feeling all of that. And I was floating either very close to the ground or the ceiling. It had a very distinct difference, and I used to call those out-of-body experiences, but I just don't even know what to call them anymore.